lead off the parade is this is a Langen Button steam engine built by the Langen Button Company in Ithaca, New York in 1909. Langen Button was a steam engine and farm equipment manufacturer in the late 1800s, early 1900s. This steam engine has a very unique role in the history of the, as this was our early shows, and also this engine became the logo for our Steam Engine Association. Any advertising or anything you see, this is a logo of this engine. It was owned in the early years by this next. This next steam engine is a 65 horsepower Case steam engine built in 1923. It's owned by Brad and Franz Vosberg from Centerville, New York. This will be the largest steam engine you will see on the showgrounds here today. And we also have special guests on this steam engine in Glenford. This next engine is owned by Tom and Ed Curtis. This is a Case 50 horsepower steam engine. This was built in 1920, and this engine weighs 50 tons. Tom and Ed's engine was originally owned by the town of Holland Penn, where it worked in a stone quarry to power a stone crusher. We have an Oliver 1900 industrial tractor. This Oliver tractor was built from 1960 to 1964. At that time, when the Olivers 1900 was introduced, as far as the ag tractor, that was the highest horsepower farm tractor built. This hill version, it's got a heavier front axle. It usually seen a lot of rough work. This one here has a Detroit diesel in it, and it does make a lot of noise. This tractor was shipped due from Charles City, Iowa, where it was manufactured, and shipped to Montreal, Quebec, and was used in construction there. And then the current owner, Ray Hutstone of Naples, he acquired it up in Churubusco, New York, which is up east of Malone, very close to the Quebec border. This next model UB Minneapolis-Moline tractor. There was a lot of U's and UB's built. This is one of the later ones with a very high steering wheel and seat. And if you'd like to see a nice tractor pull in September up there in Ionia where Roger lives, they put out a really nice tractor pull. From 1945 Oliver 70 row crop tractor, owned and operated by Dwayne Arnold, Kirkville, New York. When these come out in the 30s, they were very extreme and in their compared to what everybody else was building. Was the first tractor to have a 6-cylinder gas engine in it. Was named the Model 70 because it was the first one built that would run on 70 octane gas. Mark Wagner, you want to speak about your tractor? You're good. Mark Wagner, past chairman of the Gathered in Orange, who was here last year, as a 1949 Model F tractor. They're from WF. They're from East Concord. Here we have next a 1919 Fordson, was owned by Teresa Stewart. This tractor was formerly used for a golf course, gang mower. Henry Ford built fortunes in the United States, England, and there was one other country that escapes me as I speak. This tractor here is the English version. Tractor, somebody can tell this tractor need a chain or tow rope? Yes. You got, yes. Okay, here's something you don't see often. Dick Burbage is the proud owner of a 1951 Model D36 Lance Bulldog tractor made in Mannheim, Germany. These were a single-cylinder engine, and along in the late 50s, John Deere Company bought this company. They bought that company. Attention to this back in the early years of trying to come up with a perfect design for a farm tractor. There was all kinds of ideas that evolved in how to build a tractor, which ultimately resulted in the looks of the tractor that you see behind the one that's being demonstrated. This one right here you see in front of us is a Rumley Advanced Pine Drive being demonstrated by the owner, Jimmy Erdo, here of Canandaigua. And I'll let him, you want to speak about in the early years, a lot of ideas were come about on how to design a farm tractor to replace horses. And if you grew up with horses and really like working with horses, these tractor manufacturers done all kinds of things to get you to forget your team of horses. So there were different tractors built to operate with a set of reins. And this tractor it was only one of two prototypes ever built. Maybe the only one that has been in existence. Our crawler that you see, a 1930 Caterpillar Model 30 crawler, and he's got a buggy top on it. Now let's see if I can remember your last name. Owned and operated by Pat Yantakunas or something close to it. Sorry for the mispronunciation. From Youngstown, Ohio. And also, if you like construction equipment, after the parade, walk out on the south end. There is the site of historical construction equipment. Their national show is on the grounds. You like to see earth-moving equipment and seeing it operating, digging holes, moving dirt, building roadways. Please this afternoon make time to go out there and watch them. It's a fun, neat show to watch. That show moves around the country every year to a different location, and the Pageant of Steam is the only site that they have ever come back to a second time. They were here the first time in 2001, so we certainly appreciate them wanting to come here. They put on a tremendous show for us, and I've certainly enjoyed having their show and their participants here. It's been makes a great, great show. John Deere beat tractor, Jason Gardner of Farmington, and you look at these wheels on the front, you've got a solid wheel, but you look on the back, it's got the round spoke wheel on the roller, and with the operator, would you like to speak about it? It's from a township, I always mess it up how to pronounce it.
Randy Floyd, the operator tonight, is owned by me and my brother Stephen Floyd. We're out of Owego, New York. It's a 1916 Buffalo-Springfield road roller. Down in Constantia bought a brand new 1916. My grandfather bought it out of their town barn. late 60s, and we've been running it ever since. It's got the original boiler. Everything is all original on it. We run 100 pound steam pressure. It's in pretty good shape.
We have coming up here an oil pull tractor. This is known as a prairie tractor, and we have Don Rhoda, who is a diehard oil pull collector. He comes from Michigan every year to be a part of our show. And I will let him speak to you about this tractor.
This tractor is a Rumley oil pull. It is what Rumley called their heavyweight series, and this is the largest one of that series. This tractor is known as the Type S. Horsepower is 3060. It was built and sold by the Advanced Rumley Thrasher Company of LaPorte, Indiana, and it is owned by the Dave Stearns family of Marion, New York.
Number 1939, Parmo F20, owned by Lee Pitroff of Markville. The introduction of this tractor was first known as a Farmall Regular. Farmall was the first one that really truly come up with what we know as the row crop design. They had a lot of success with it, and that really set the standard for years and years after that in tractor design, because you could cultivate corn with a tractor instead of a team of horses. Now we have something you don't often see. There's lots of Ford tractors around the countryside. But here we have two things that's unique about this tractor. This is the 1958 Ford 961. This tractor has a narrow front end. Ford did build some of them, but not a whole lot. And then occasionally you will see one that does have a diesel engine, and that's what this tractor has.